Thank you for joining us again today on A Certain Sound. Let's go to the book of Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 10, and let's read this particular verse. It says in verse 39 that Martha had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet. Martha then says, "Lord, she's left me to serve alone." Mary did serve, but she also sat. She saw the importance of the one thing that Jesus said. He said, "Martha, Mary has chosen the better part, and that will not be taken away from her," which was what? Sitting at his feet. In fact, Martha is told by Jesus, "Martha," he said, "one thing is needful." I think of that old song, I think it was written in the 70s, "One thing is needful, O my Father. One thing is needful, O my God, to sit at your feet and pour out my life." One thing is needful. Do you know one thing is needful for us? So isn't serving important? Yeah. Serving is very important. But let me just say this, activity can be weakened when the one thing which is sitting at his feet and worshiping him and taking it in and getting to know him and establishing a relationship with him, when that is neglected, that activity that we do for him is weakened. Somebody needs to hear this. You've been dragged around the house by so many things, not bad things, good things. But when you don't take the time to sit at his feet, then what happens is we begin to notice that other people aren't doing what we're doing. And then we get complaining because we're doing more than they are. But if we took the time to do the one thing that was needful, necessary, which is sit at his feet, wait on him, worship him, establish relationship, learn from him, then guess what? We wouldn't look at those other people wrongly. We would look at them correctly. Because we would have the one thing mastering the many things and not the many things dragging us around the house and mastering the one thing, and that's the needful thing. Friends, we get so busy that we don't have time to do the one thing. The many things master that. They control that. That's not what the Lord wants. He says Mary chose the better, and that won't be taken away from her. I like that. My whole point today is simply just to let you know this, that when you sit at his feet, that's a sign of worship. What really it meant was when someone sat at someone's feet, and in this case Jesus, it was recognizing the authority of that person when you sat at their feet. You recognized the superiority. You recognized. So it could be looked at, really, it was an act of worship. But also in the synagogue, they would sit at the feet of a teacher like Gamaliel, like Paul sat at the feet of Gamaliel. And that was also a sign of discipleship. So sitting at their feet really said, "I need you to teach me." It was a sign of teachability. It was a sign and a desire. I want to learn. I want to know more about you, Lord Jesus. But also sitting at someone's feet also established relationship with them. So what is Mary doing? She is worshiping. She's recognizing his authority. She is also saying, "I want to learn. I need you, Lord, to teach me." And she was also saying, "I want a relationship with you, Lord." That's why Jesus said one thing is needful. And what Mary was doing was the one thing. And sometimes we get so distracted by the many things, we forget to do the one thing. We forget to establish relationship. We forget to be teachable and learn from him. We forget that he wants to do that. And we forget, friends, that he's the one in charge. And he deserves all praise, honor, and glory, regardless of my circumstance.
Thank you for watching A Certain Sound Daily Video Devotional. Be sure to sign up for the iTunes podcast or daily email of A Certain Sound when you visit us online at www.acertainsound.com. A Certain Sound is a ministry of Word of Truth Christian Center in Bowling Green, Ohio. On behalf of Word of Truth Christian Center, I'm Sonetta. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.